Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey to the people. Divas, come on in. It's time for the Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode 12 review. I am here with Danny. Danny, what's the TTT? Come on back on the Miss No Chase TV. What's going on, Danny?
Listen, I am happy to be here because let me tell you, these OC girls have had me excited this season.
I
They
know
show how you 18 seasons in and still keep the people engaged.
18 seasons in and still keeping the people engaged. We got so much to talk about. Danny was here, I believe, the very first episode of the season. You did first two, right?
I did the first one with our pajamas on.
Okay, yes. The first one with our pajamas on. So we got a lot to catch up. Before we do catch up with Danny and see what he's been thinking, make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bells for any and all updates. No Chaser TV. We got a lot of teas to get into, a lot of episode to get into. And as y'all see, I'm representing right here across my titties this morning.
Duval.
Duval. So go ahead, Jaguars, do your thing. Um, with that being said, Danny, all things OC, whose side are you on everything? So Gina versus Jen, whose side were you on?
You know, Gina, and I hate saying that because I hate having to side with her because only for one reason. It was because of Gina's connection that Jen didn't have to go through that credit check and stuff. So Gina did put her connection, her name on the line for her in that aspect. If it was just a regular, if Jen had to fill out the application regularly and go through the regular stuff and then didn't do it, I'd be on Jen's side. But she put herself out there for her by saying this is my friend, and the person didn't do a credit check, none of that, just let her go right on into home.
Okay, Emily versus Jen, whose side are you on?
Jen.
Okay, okay.
Because no,
Let's
I
see what
love
else.
Jen. Jen's one of my favorites this season, so I love Jen. So
I love Jen. Okay, Katie versus Heather, whose side are you on?
Heather,
Ah, why?
Katie. I know. We've talked about this. You said
Yes.
that Heather has lied, but Katie herself did not produce a receipt that Heather lied. I could text you and say, Did she reach out to the pop to be there to take a picture? You could say yes. I could show that that wasn't a real receipt to me.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm not
But
gonna beat
ask me
you
the
over
big
the
one, whose
head.
side am I on? So I can say this one.
Well, let me just ask you before. This is not receipt enough.
Could have been a nice.
I mean, come
What I
on.
what no, here's the thing. Do I think Heather has done this? Contacted the paparazzi? Yes. I'm saying I don't think that Katie has any
She didn't have any
receipts.
proof. She did. She had a text message.
That's what I'm saying.
She didn't have any proof. Okay. All right. All right.
But
Katie
yes, Heather
versus
has
Gina.
contacted the paparazzi in my eyes.
Of course. Like
Yeah.
really. Katie versus Gina. Whose side are you on?
Katie,
Okay. Heather versus Gina. Whose side are you on?
Heather,
Gina versus Emily. Whose side are you on?
Emily,
Gina gave a lot this season, huh? Hmm. I didn't realize how much Gina had gave
and
this season. Go ahead, Gina.
still gonna be second to last chair probably
She's gonna be sitting on top of the roof at the reunion.
because they're gonna have Shannon. I mean, they're gonna have Shannon and Tamra and them two.
Yeah, oh, they have to be first chairs. Okay. So we've gotten through all of that. All right. Tamara. Yeah, we're gonna get into okay. So Tamara versus Shannon. Whose side are you on?
Shannon,
Shannon versus Alexis. Whose side are you on?
Shannon. If you say Shannon's name, just know it's gonna be Shannon all across. But
Shannon versus alcohol. Whose side are you on?
Shannon, because alcohol whooping her butt, so I'm on Shannon's side. They get you, sister.
There's Yeah, getting you, sister. They are wearing you long, sister. All right. So those are the feuds that Danny has not been here for, and we're going to be all the way caught up now to this new episode. So we're going to go ahead and pick up this episode from where we left off last episode. Well, not where from where we left off last episode, but Gina, excuse me. Whoa. Okay, that's the wrong episode, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. The episode starts with Emily, Gina, and Tamra recapping the events at Heather's the night before. Emily says it could have been a very open, heart-to-heart conversation, but Heather did not allow for that to happen. She then goes ahead. Well, they then go ahead and talk about it some more, and Tamra apologizes for jumping on the bandwagon without fully hearing Emily and why she was attempting to have that conversation. Now, Emily says that Alexis is a lunatic for getting involved in a situation that had absolutely nothing to do with her. And Gina mentions that Alexis kept saying that tomorrow, which is now today, um, something is something big is going to happen, and she was in emotional disarray over it. We fast forward to 8 hours later, where Shannon is having her meltdown on the phone that Tamara is eavesdropping on. Now, the whole Emily and Heather fight last episode, what did you think of it? Because I was here with Sammy and we got our reactions post live, but I kind of was feeling a certain way. And now that I've had a chance to kind of recap this one and think about what happened last week, I want to elaborate on what I thought last week because I was hitting down the right path. Go ahead. In my opinion.
Okay, so for me, I think Emily's feelings were valid and how she felt. As someone who has been at a weight that I have not felt comfortable with at times, you're very self conscious, okay? Now, I don't think that Heather did anything intentional, but I do think that they have a very complicated history, Heather and Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's been combated a lot.
Yeah.
So I think for it to have been a good heart to heart, it probably would have been better without an audience because when Emily started, I'm pretty sure Heather probably thought, "Oh gosh, here we go again," and was closed off immediately to even being able to listen to her. And that reaction caused Emily to feel she was being insensitive. And I think the other girls like Tamra, Alexis dumb behind, getting involved made more of it than what it was. I think it could have been a true heart to heart one on one. And if Alexis had just stayed out of it, what she would have realized is that Emily was actually complimenting her. You put me in the same dress as somebody who has a better figure than I do. Is basically what Emily was trying to say. But Alexis just, I was glad Emily told her, "You're just a friend," you know. um,
What was that?
you're just a
Friend!
friend.
Friend!
Letting her know, like, stay in your place. This don't have nothing to do with you, like, because she really was complimenting Shannon by that statement. I mean, she was complimenting Alexis by saying that, that you put me in the same dress as her, meaning somebody with a slimmer, nicer body in my eyes than me. So, I don't, but it's also hard to feel sympathy for Emily at times. She's so abrasive, so rude, so straightforward. When you're like that, you have to be able to receive what you give to the universe, to be other people.
So you're saying she can dish it, but she can't take it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting outlook on Emily. Here's what, right? Me and Sammy had this big dialogue, and I was trying to explain to him, like, as a person who is the heaviest he's ever been in his entire life, I can understand where Emily is absolutely coming from 100%. I think that Emily dropped the ball on trying to have a heart to heart moment in front of a group of people because, as we see later on in the episode, not too far later in the episode, what I think that Heather does not like is correction, right? So, if Heather doesn't like correction, she's super defensive all the time. If you think that you're going to have a heart to heart moment with her where her flaws or her mistakes or her gaffes or her error in judgment are going to be called out, most especially in front of a camera or most especially in front of a group of people, you got the wrong Heather because she's not going for it. She's always going to have her back up, her wall up. And initially, I thought that she did not do that on purpose. She was doing it, to be inclusive and because it's Heather, she has a lot of things going on. Because it's Heather, she's so rich and highfalutin and high on her horse. She was not able to see what the lowly people like Emily go through on a day-to-day basis in regards to the struggles to their weight. Until I re-examined a comment that she made about that dress being too tight for Emily, it went over my head in the moment because as I'm,
She
I'm just
did say
recapping
that
and trying
later
to
on.
get it.
She did say that this episode, right? I think we saw like the flashback of it.
Yeah, and when I saw that, I said she was being nasty. So if that was not your intent, then why make that remark? And let
Shit,
me
I
tell you,
just
the
wish
dress is
Emily
really
had said,
tight.
"Girl, I'm not wearing this." Bye. That's what Emily should have said. Emily should have said, "Girl, yeah, we gonna do without me on this episode. Have Alexis walk twice."
You have
Have
to
Alexis.
put two Alexis in my dress and send them on down the runway, bitch, because I ain't doing it.
No, and you do make a point about Heather being corrected on camera, but I do think that if Emily and her had had the conversation one on camera, I
It-
think we would have at least gotten from Heather. I didn't stop to think about how that. I see where you're coming from, Heather. I think Heather would have said something like that without saying I'm sorry. Still,
she still want to apologize for
but
it,
she would have
but
said, "I see, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. That's so unfortunate. I would never intend to do that.
oh my
That's
God, I
what,
hate that you feel that way.
yeah, because that's not me."
It's just not me. So, okay, this is the best that I'm going to get in regards to an apology from you. So, I guess I'll take it. I thought that comment was very low, and it shows how nasty Heather can be because that was unwarranted. She
Because
didn't say
Emily
anything
wasn't
about
gonna
Heather,
attack her.
huh?
Emily wasn't gonna attack her.
It
Emily
wasn't an
really
attack,
was
but
genuinely gonna
Heather,
tell her, but because of their history, I get where Heather felt it was going to be an attack, and she instantly had her defenses up. They have their thing is complicated for me.
oh yeah, it is very complicated. In all last season, Emily was being an asshole. And then when we get to the reunion, she says, well, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and be quiet? Yes, if you actually don't have anything constructive to add
Yeah,
to the
instead of putting
conversation,
on for
you
the
probably should be
camera.
quiet. It's okay. Is that like so much to the state of Real Housewives where they feel like if they're quiet at a scene that has absolutely nothing to do with them, they're going to get chopped because they're being authentically themselves in the moment? Or do they have to just interject like Alexis did when it has absolutely nothing to do with them in fear of losing their spot?
Because you're still present. You're getting paid for that episode. You were there.
Jim barely talks half the time.
And because Katie be there just looking around sometimes too now. So
You do not like Katie. We're gonna get into the why you don't like
no,
Katie as well,
no,
because you do not.
I don't mind Katie for real.
I actually think this whole group should stay.
I do too. Minus Alexis. Bring somebody else to bring some drama connected to
Vicky,
somebody else.
Vicky,
I don't want Vicky
Gretchen.
back.
Oh, we're gonna get into it all. We're gonna get into it. Okay. So that was just the opening. So now Heather and Terry are going to see a doctor about his snot locker, his nose, his honker, his beak, because Heather says that he's been snoring a lot lately, and so they're going to see about him having nose surgery. Heather then goes ahead and explains to him what happened with Emily, and Terry says that Heather is the type of process that needs to process the person, excuse me, that needs to process the situation that happened and have at least three discussions about it, and then sit and think about it some more, and discuss it ad nauseum before she finally moves on. Heather disagrees with Dr. Terry's diagnosis, and she says that, well, excuse me, he says that he doesn't want to talk about it anymore because she's continuing to cut him off and talk over him. She says, you don't admonish me on camera, and you're trying to correct me on camera, and you shouldn't do that. Um, this is something that Katie's brought up in the last episodes about how she has been unable to truly squash her issue with Heather because Heather talks over her, cuts her off, and shuts it down if it's not a conversation that puts Heather in a certain light, which is what we literally just talked about. And then her and her husband have that moment. And Heather's all about control and bravo, bravo, fucking bravo. You can't just do that, Heather. Like, I actually am annoyed by her. She's annoying. She's annoying me
But you
at this
know
point.
what though, Chase? The reason it's hard for me to even empathize with Katie on that when she says this is how she feels, trying to get past her issue with Heather. There never should have been an issue with her and Heather. There never should have been an issue with her.
You know me and you finna disagree.
There just never should have been one. I would just accept it as okay. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know her yet. I'm gonna get to know her. We're gonna see if that was intentional. Like it shouldn't have been an issue at all. And then as far as Heather being mad with Terry, he ain't say nothing wrong to Heather. He wasn't even admonishing her. Like there's nothing wrong with saying how someone processes things. There's nothing wrong with that. And he was spot on. I love Heather, but he was spot on in his analysis of how she processes things. I mean, who better to know than him? He does something wrong. They probably gotta have 9 discussions about it before she finally lets it go. And she might still bring it up 2 years from now.
Now, I'm sorry, I would have an issue with someone going around all the state of California, even calling asking a Georgia peach like Cynthia about me behind my back, and then tagging me and acting like she didn't tag me or whatever it was, and then we're confronted about it or asked about it, denying it and lying about it. I would have a problem with that.
And I mean, I can understand that. I just think it was made to be bigger than what it
But
was.
it was definitely made to be bigger than what it was because Katie did not, as I said on previous episodes, she didn't stick to the actual issue, and then all of a sudden just brought up the picture.
That's it. What she went left on Gina because of Gina, but that's another.
But that's because of Gina trying to bust Heather for being a liar when
And
we
then
haven't
left
even
her out to
actually gotten
dry.
the point. We haven't given Heather an opportunity to lie. You asked her about it. We didn't even get that out. Like, you're lying. You did this. You did that. I can call Sutton and ask her. I can call Cynthia and ask her. You get what I'm saying? That would
It
have
could have been so
been
much more.
more. And then it's like, girl, you lied so much. You lied about the daggone picture last season with a receipt.
And
Boom. Now
that
we have
part,
established that Heather is a liar who likes to control her narrative.
yeah.
And if it is not in her image, she does not want it out, which
And
is why
because,
she
like you
talks over
said,
people and
the
cuts people off. But
paparazzi
Katie
thing
fumbled.
and like the paparazzi thing coming up completely overshadowed the other part that was the real issue. So when I say they shouldn't have had a real issue, I guess to me it's really more so about the paparazzi part. Like that part should not have been a real issue. I would that shouldn't have even been discussed.
Yeah. Well, love, love, love. Hey, love, love, love says Heather was right. My man should only correct me in private. I
This ain't private
understand that.
housewives of OC. This is real housewives of OC. You got to
Yeah.
get real moments.
No, because I was gonna say I sure as hell when we watching people act bad on camera in real time, I need somebody on camera in real time to correct them. So
But he also
yes,
wasn't correcting her.
and he didn't even correct her. But what I'm saying is yes, I would like if we're in like a group of friends. I don't know. I wouldn't want my man get me together like that. But it's a part of me that would kind of feel as long as I feel supported and corrected, then I can handle it. If I don't feel supported in the correction, then maybe I would have an
Because
issue
I
with
felt
it.
like Terry was saying, "No, I get you. You know, it takes you a while to process things. You need to go through this, this, this." Like his tone wasn't nasty to her, condescending, nothing.
Well, it's Heather, so.
Yeah.
Heather. All right, Ryan and Jen are together, and Jen says that she's getting along much better with Tamara after their rocky relationship last season. Which, if I were Jen, I would never get along with Tamara, but whatever.
Hello.
Like what? That is crazy to me. Anyway, Eddie and Tamara are also together, and Eddie says that Jen's a kind, loving person. And Ryan went on a podcast allegedly and commented on Eddie and Tamara's comments last season. Now, Ryan says that you can only take so much before you have to respond. And Jen wants Eddie and Ryan to talk. And Ryan says, well, Eddie is not a dude, so he's not going to do it. Now, I am going to just be transparent and tell you that I felt like he was taking an undercover dig at all of
Was.
those people allegedly saying that Eddie was gay by saying he's not a dude and not man enough to have a conversation one on one with him. They flash forward over to excuse me, to Tamara and Eddie's, where Eddie flat out refuses to have a conversation and be a dude with Ryan. Excuse me, with Ryan, and he tells Tamara to tell Jen that he loves her, but Ryan is a scumbag and he absolutely refuses to have conversation with him. Now, I may have put a little pepper on that as being a dig at Ryan, at Eddie allegedly being gay, according to the
No, I
blogs and
took it
according to
that
people.
way.
Huh?
I took it that way before you even
Okay,
said that.
thank you. All right. It was.
I had that
We
same
know.
thought.
Listen, we know when you're throwing shade about somebody allegedly being gay. We get it.
Comments like that make me cringe. I
They're
just think they're
horrible.
unnecessary. He could have said
Yeah,
he's not that type of guy to want to sit. There's so many other ways you could have worded it.
he's not a dude.
He's not that type of guy that want to sit to hash things out. That's all he could have said. It could have been something like that. You know what I mean? It could have been that simple.
He better be lucky Ryan. Eddie not gay because of a gay would have guy came up there, sat down, and had that scene and tried to fight your ass. Okay.
Let it have been Peter.
You know what? Allegedly. Where's the BTL? Let me just. Oh God. Here we go. Welcome back. Oh my goodness. Let me just go.
You done lost your train of thought.
Whoa. Okay. But I will say, lame, cheap, lazy read and dig aside from Ryan. Um, he does have the right to respond.
That I think that's what's bothering me about this whole thing. Eddie is mad. If him and Tamara would have said everything they said publicly off the show, he's doing no different than they did. And then as we get, we'll get into it later on, but he didn't say half the things when they played the podcast back for him.
He
He
didn't
didn't say
say
half
any
the
of
things
this
they're
stuff.
accusing him of.
But that's Tamara's MO. I can say it, but you can't. We've seen this from Tamara in her playbook for years where she says whatever she wants to say about people, and as soon as someone responds back, all hell breaks loose. And it's like, well, damn. But you could throw a napkin in my face, and if I wipe my face with a napkin, you mad because I picked up a napkin. No, it don't work that way. I can't believe she threw a napkin in a lady's face. Anyway, soon after the People magazine article breaks, the news of John suing Shannon for $75,000. Tamara called Shannon to check on her, and I guess Shannon accidentally returned a butt dial phone call to Tamara, and she was crashing out. She was hysterical, tearfully, and the only thing I could really make out was that she was tired. Now, when I hear somebody going through all that and saying they're tired, I might, I'm coming to you. Where you at? Because I don't need you doing nothing. Because it
Hello.
sounded like she was in a place, or she was dangerously just in a place that she did not need to be alone.
If the way Tamara recounts this later on reminds me why she is the lowest scum of all housewives to me. The
Yeah,
lowest, because she took joy in recounting that later and making fun of it. She is
on
the
more than one
lowest
occasion.
bottom feeder trash that there is possible. Tamara's lower than that.
Oh,
Because there's
so
no
Lauren
way. I
March,
don't care if we have fallen out. If we were friends for that long, and it was genuine, that means I still love you. So regardless of where we're at now, that lets me know now that when Tamara called it the first time, it wasn't a show concern. It was
it
to be a
was a get
gossip monger and
on camera
on camera.
because the camera was there. So she was calling to film a scene with that girl on camera, and I'm glad Shannon didn't answer the phone. What? Ugh, who's worse, Tamara or Marge?
Tamara. It's bad if I say that because Marge is.
I know, because we hate Marge. We really do.
So wherever Marge is, Tamara just right there below her. I'll just put that.
just one little notch. Because
Tamara's
Tamara's been
Marge
doing
is
it
holding
longer.
Tamara's hand like this down.
Because Tamara's been doing it just a little bit longer than Marge. Um, no, Tamara's like the original Marge when you think about it.
And
Anyway,
I've actually enjoyed Marge before she got all nasty. I have never
I'm
really enjoyed Tamara, other than I can say she's good TV, but I've never liked her.
absolutely. I mean, I kind of did enjoy Marge throwing that text message out.
Yeah, I enjoyed her with Soggy Siggy. I enjoyed all that.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, all right. Anyway, all right, so she's tearfully, saying that she's tired. Tamara hears that and does not immediately rush to go check on Shannon, hearing the lady crash out. She immediately calls Heather Dubrow on camera instead and tells Heather all of the details about what she just heard. Sometimes people will call somebody and say, "Girl, I heard this. I'm on the way over there now." She wasn't on the way over there now. She heard it and she didn't move a muscle. Um, so Heather says that, John has said that he doesn't like the spotlight, so announcing it via People magazine is the opposite of what he says he stands for, and she's confused at what the end game is. So am I. What did you think about that being announced?
So here's the thing. I agree with Shannon that it was put out there by them because nobody has an alert set up for John Jansen's name in the database. Ooh, when this goes off, we need to see. Like nobody has. And let's be real, nobody has an alert for Shannon's name either out there like that. So this was definitely done by Alexis, 100%. Alexis was laying the groundwork the previous day, trying to make herself seem so sad that this is coming out, so that she could have full deniability. Why would I be so sad about it coming out why would I put it out there if I was being so sad about it coming out the previous day? Like she's laying the groundwork for her to have plausible deniability about this. So they definitely put it out there. And again, Tamara scum.
I mean, because like I just stated, I would have. Oh my God, where is she at?
I would
I
have
would
told
have
the
kept calling.
cameras.
Girl, answer this phone.
I was camera. Let's stop filming. I'm
Let's
headed
just stop
somewhere.
filming. They would have had the dramatic, like the cameras go down moment. You may have heard me talking on a hot mic, like on a mic, but you wouldn't have told me
Yeah.
something. She just, mm Katie's with her husband, and they're planning couples night. Emily and Shane wonder should they bring a gift to Katie's, and their son says, "Yeah, you should bring pot." I know weed is legal out there, but damn, is it like 5 or 6?
That's the new bottle of wine, baby.
Oh my god! I mean, what? I gagged. I gagged. I thought it was so funny. Terry successfully has that beak lowered, and he actually looks a little bit cuter.
It was funny how he was mad about his partner possibly being mad that he didn't do the nose job.
Oh
But
yes.
but you know, if it's me, I wouldn't want somebody that I work with doing it because if something goes wrong, it would affect our working relationship. So
And if something go wrong, you always know you can fix it. Dr. C who? I thought the live review would be at 11:30 p.m. Yeah, that was a big mistake. And I'm also waiting on the Real Housewives because that's not going to happen ever. And I'm also waiting for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. You go. I am but one person, okay, Dr. C. All of that's coming. I saw that and I was like, oh shit, that's wrong. So yeah, we're just playing catch up. We're still gonna do the lives.
Hurricane Helene
Immediately.
messed up our schedule.
Huh?
Hurricane Helene messed up your schedule.
I mean, am I okay? By the way, did I get blown with the wind family? Like, hello, you, Dr. C, who? Like, hello. I was in the eye of the hurricane. Okay. And a tornado warning, so it did mess everything up as far as the schedule is concerned. Salt Lake City will be out, and then we're gonna go back to our regular program schedule as it is. Danny, you will be while we're taking this just to address some comments. You will be back on the lean for Potomac.
I'm not looking forward to Potomac because I don't
Oh
want
my
Wendy and
God, I don't
Giselle
know what
getting.
that
I don't
meant. What
want
was that?
because Wendy and Giselle getting along, and that's just going. It's just. I just know it's gonna be so fake.
Oh
And,
my God.
I don't necessarily want them feuding. I just know it's gonna be fake. You know. So it's like ugh.
Monday's at 8:30, right?
And they coming after my girl too, Karen.
Oh, I would not. You know, I'll play by
It's
my
gonna be
rules.
8
I
or
don't.
8:30. I'm not sure which one. It's either 8 or 8:30.
Okay. Wow. Okay, you didn't know that. That's all right, Dr. C. Thank you, baby. I was just like, well, daggone, my sweet baby. Hey, Dr. C. Hey, Sean. Hey, Chanel. Hey, love, love, love. Hey, everybody out there on Twitter. Excuse me. It's just Twitter. I keep trying to say X. It's been years. It's Twitter. Over there on Twitter
Yeah.
slash X, Facebook,
X sound nasty.
the X, da 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 da, X. Oh, I love a little nasty though. Facebook, YouTube, of course, and Twitch. Happy birthday to my cousin
And Christopher
Taylor,
Mingle.
Krista Mingo. Yes, we're gonna be streaming on Jack soon, so look out for that. And but yes, happy birthday to my cousin Taylor. Let's go ahead. We almost done with the episode. Oh,
Mhm.
all right. Well, hey. They won't get rid of Giselle, even though they should have. But anyway, we're going to be right here. The Sons are just bringing pot. Gina's ex, Matt, and his girlfriend, Britt, come over, and they're soon to be married. But it's tough, as Gina says, that while she's happy for Matt moving forward with his relationship in his life, that she is at a standstill in her relationship with Travis. And Travis's ex not only makes it hard for them to co-parent, but is now making it hard for Gina to be in a relationship with Travis. Um, yada 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 yada. Where are you on this whole Gina and Travis thing? Because you have
She
not
don't
been
need
here
to
to go over.
be. She don't need to be at a standstill. She need to be at a stand gone. Um, when you get, I would tell Travis, listen, gone and do what you do with her. When you get that all figured out, I might still be here available, but I can't do this. If you, and here's the thing. I also think I would step out because I'm sure she cares about his kids too. If her being in the picture involved is affecting the relationship with his children, because of his ex-wife being so vindictive, I would just leave and go find me somebody that don't have all this baggage.
Why is she not fully like she's moved out, but she's out? Then the house getting renovated, so she done move back. It's just it's a lot going on.
Probably keep
Um,
people down there in the basement, according to Shantae, eating them, and you know. But I do like the relationship that Gina has with her ex-husband. I do like that.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I do like their relationship. I feel like I've seen his fiance somewhere before on TV. She looks so familiar to me.
I was gonna say something, but it would have got me in a lot of trouble. Um, it would have got me in a lot of trouble. Travis and Gina need to split for real.
Yeah.
I've waited 13 episodes, 12 episodes to just go ahead and say it. It's they need a lot of self work.
It's
They
why
have a
she
lot of
tried to
situations to clean up.
it's why I find it hard, aside from the issues she had, referring Jen. It's why I find it so hard for someone like her to make so many comments on Jen's relationship with Ryan because, girl, yours is really worse. Yours is really worse than theirs. At least Ryan wants her.
And here, and here's my thing, right? Does her husband have money? Her ex husband have money?
When I saw that ring, it sure looked like it.
Oh, how does he have money? And they're in such a great I guess they're in such a great space because she didn't get none of it.
It wasn't a bit of divorce. She just wanted out.
She needed to get some money. And that's why he's so happy. Because you got your children living 10 to a casita.
Or maybe he got money after the divorce. Maybe he's like
Oh, you,
well.
you gonna have to cough that up. Because
Listen, he
hell
take care of his
no.
child support. That's that.
I am not understanding Gina and Travis's relationship. Nobody understands Gina and Travis's relationship. She broke up. She moved out because she needed her space because she felt like with Travis going through what he's going through financially and her becoming to be at a financial place where she can be self-sufficient on her own with her children, she wanted to make sure.
Beneath her now to live with somebody.
And he supported her while they was down on their luck, back against the wind, trying to make it no way to win. And as soon as she sold her house, she got out.
I think she's gonna break up with him. I think she's doing this so it don't look vicious on camera. Like,
It
and
already
I,
looked vicious on camera. She looked
but she's going this slow route. But here's the thing:
like a slow rollout.
isn't his ex living with them? Wasn't his ex living with them?
Yes.
That never would have happened. I don't give a damn. I'd have put her in the extended stay America or something. But
Everybody's sick of that too. Okay, so we sick of it. All right. All right, so now we are at Katie's house for her couples night. The couples are arriving, and Ryan greets Eddie, asking him for a hug, and Eddie politely declines and says that he has nothing to say to Ryan. Tamra says to Emily that Ryan crossed the line like a little fucking bitch, and Emily has flashbacks to when Kelly Dodd called her husband a little bitch. Now, Jen asks Ryan how it went with Eddie, and Ryan says that he wouldn't hug Ryan, and that Eddie is acting like a baby fucking bitch. And I'm like, if
another
there's
dig,
ever, huh?
another dig.
Right. Another dig, right? Oh yeah, another dig. But if there's ever two people who are more suited to go and have a celebrity death match than Tamara and Ryan, I don't know who are. And I normally do not like to watch women versus men on these shows, but I want to see this fight. And I know it's going to happen at the reunion. It's going to be nasty.
Can I say one thing though? Even
Of
though
course.
I feel that Ryan had every right to respond, right? I will commend Eddie for not being fake. No, I don't want to hug you, bitch. I commend
Oh,
that.
oh, no.
I commend that. Don't be fake and phony. I don't want to do all that.
He was like, I don't want to hug you. No.
And I guess if you want to talk about masculinity, Ryan, why'd you try to hug him and not shake his hand instead?
He was super obsessed with hugging on an Eddie. You want a piece of that Eddie. Um, Inside, Eddie tells Tamara to slow down on her drinks. Excuse me, Eddie tells Tamara to slow down on her drinks. Tamara, meanwhile, is spilling cocktails all over the place. And Gina's having flashbacks as well to the time where Tamra got hammered and then hammered a napkin in her face. And I'm just like, I just wish they don't play that no more.
But for all the talk that Tamra says that Shannon needs to be in rehab, maybe they could be roommates because Tamra is one of the worst drunks I've seen across all Bravo too. Like
Well,
she's
Tamra says she doesn't get drunk on camera.
because she don't remember it.
She said that to Shannon. She did.
The way she felt
Um,
going outside, leaving Katie's house.
she wasn't drunk on camera though. She was just, I don't know. The group sits for dinner and talk about how Alexis was Looney Tunes the night before. Emily says that she works out every day and explains how the size 12 dress hurt her psyche. She doesn't think Heather did it on purpose. She just wanted Heather to see her in that moment. I actually think that Emily needs to go ahead and get a therapist.
I do because here's the reality, and hear me when I say this. Okay, here's the reality that's hard for someone. We both have been sizes we don't like, right?
Right.
The reality is, whether you like it or not, Emily, you are a size 12, and she got you the right size. At the end of the day, that really is not her fault. I understand you thinking it was a dig, to put you in that. They could have put you in something else. I get it, but we also have to remember that that is not Heather's fault. And I agree with you, Chase. I think she does need some kind of therapy about it because I don't want her going the route of doing things unhealthy to get to the size that she wants to be. And that even when she gets down to a size 6, someone with, because it seems deeper with her than normal.
It's body dysmorphia at its highest.
If she gets to a size 6, it still may not be slim enough.
Yeah.
In her eyes because she's going to see something different.
Absolutely. She's going to have to get some help for this because while you're having what see Emily mixes it up a lot because while she wants to have these heart to hearts and she's clear that she's not placing blame on people, it does sound like in the moment at times she can be taking out her frustrations on people, if that makes sense.
It does. And why not lead with the, hey, I'm going to share this and I'm not placing blame on you. I don't think it was your attempt, but here's how I feel. This is what this made me feel. And I just want to share that with you. You could also lead with that. Like when we say no shade,
No shade, girl. I'm going to throw some shade, but I'm not being shady.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Like she can lead with that because, Emily has to understand her approach is not the gentlest either. And even when she's trying to be gentle, there's still, like you said, roughness in it.
Yeah, I mean, she's rough. She's just rough.
Mm-hmm.
Tamara then tells the table, she hears that and she's like, yeah, that's great. So let me tell you about how Shannon butt dialed me and what she said while she was crashing out. She tells the whole table about Shannon's butt dial and how she blamed Alexis for everything that has happened. Now, meanwhile, she's doing this and Eddie is looking like, I am 5 seconds from divorcing you. He looked disgusted. I'm starting to believe that the Tamara off camera has to be different from the Tamara on camera because he just was like,
because what's funny? He's looking at her like that, but because it's like, how are we going to sit here in 5 seconds and argue with Ryan when you're doing it right now to Shannon? He's like, you're taking away our case already before we even start.
She. Oh, now Dr. C, who I did say that last week, I absolutely would have felt a certain type of way if I was the only one in jeans and everybody else had on black leather pants. You could have just told me to bring my big girl black leather pants, and I would have brought them.
Or I would have been popping from behind him with just my shirt on, leaning from behind.
I would have pants right off.
I would have just not been in the picture.
Sammy said that he did not see why that was an issue. I was like, Sammy, you
gotta give him grace because he don't know what it's like, to be outside.
Well, even if it was not even the size thing, it's just you're asking me specifically to do something different than the entire group.
I could have wore a black skirt, something, a black leather skirt, something. I could have at least been black jeans.
Unless I am hosting the event and I want to like everybody wear blue and I wear purple. You know what I mean? Like,
I could have been fine if they were black jeans at least.
What? And then she chose to bring blue jeans, and it's like, Emily, you're on your own, sister. You're on your own, diva. But Like you told her specifically to wear something different from everyone else, and then it's are confused that she would have an issue with that. I just thought that was weird. Okay. So she tells the table about it and feeling like Alexis and her PR team. Shannon is spliced in and says that she feels that Alexis's PR team is behind this announcement of the $75,000 divorce, and the way it rolled out was similar to the way that her ex-husband publicly announced that he was suing Shannon and Tamra years ago for hundreds of thousands of dollars that they ended up spending. Um, the table then debates whether or not they would settle if they were Emily. Excuse me, if they would settle if they were Johnny J. And Emily says that if Johnny J was her client, she would just advise him to settle. Meanwhile, Shannon is at home alone, and she's choosing to be for her protection. It seems, in my opinion. And she says, it's just her and Archie, and I kind of was
And even
saying
Archie said, "Girl, give me a break." Archie moved back too.
I, Archie was like, could you just
I
get
do
all
want
of
to
this
go
stuff?
back real quick. I thought of something when we are talking about the jeans thing with Emily and
Hmm.
Heather. In
Okay.
that specific instance, I do think that Heather did think about Emily's size because I think she thought she wouldn't look good or would have been uncomfortable in those black leather pants, and that deserved a conversation from Heather to Emily first. Hey, this is what we're gonna wear. You okay with this, or do you want to do something different? But
Absolutely. That's all you have to do is ask.
in that situation, I definitely think that specific one, Heather did think ahead of time and thought she was trying to do something to protect her in a sense, maybe, but you didn't do it right.
You can't protect me from something you don't know is hurting me when you don't know what hurts me.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Heather.
It would have been easier conversation off camera. But yeah,
Hey,
I
okay.
hate Tamra. I just want to go on record saying that again.
Hey, Tila Lanice. Believe this, she's new. Hey, thank you for joining, everybody. All right, so the last section of this show, Tamara brings up the elephant in the room, and that is how Ryan said that people came up to, excuse me, how Eddie said that people came up to Ryan at Cut Fit. Okay, I'm sorry. How Ryan went on a podcast and said that people were coming up to him at Cut Fitness talking about how bad of a businessman Eddie is. Um, Ryan and Jen deny Ryan ever saying that on a podcast, and Tamara says that it absolutely did happen. Um, and so Tamara then brings up, Ryan then brings up how people were allegedly going to Eddie at Ryan's backyard barbecue saying that Ryan fucks. Oh, it's Sunday morning. How
Screw you.
Ryan, yeah, Sunday afternoon or wherever you're, it's Sunday. So we try not to cuss down here on the league. Hallelujah on a Sunday. On the league. On No Chaser TV on a Sunday. Hallelujah. But Eddie said that they absolutely did come to him at his backyard barbecue and say those things, and he has absolutely no reason to lie. Tamara in her confessional says that it is very true that Ryan does mess with married women because the proof is in the girlfriend being Jen. Now, a lot of people feel like that is hypocritical for that to be a talking point as a dig to Ryan when Tamara allegedly was married when she met Eddie, and Eddie was friends with Tamara's ex-husband, allegedly, this being, of course, Simon, and was creeping around with Tamara when she was still married to Simon. Do you feel like that's hypocritical at all?
It is hypocritical, and all this just seems stems to me like Tamara is upset that Ryan didn't flirt with her since he likes married women.
Well, Eddie says that Tamara he's very secure with Tamara and she would never sleep with Ryan. So there's
Yeah,
that.
Because Ryan wouldn't want to.
Oop, oop, there it is. Now, Ryan and Eddie go back and forth, and Jen chimes in asking why Tamara is doing this. Because she went after Ryan all last season, so he has the right to respond. And then, of course, Tamara yells at Jen, and I hopped up and said, "Leave Jen alone, damn it!
I did too, because that
Don't you
outburst,
talk to Jen that way, damn
Tamara
it!"
would have been on the floor. That chair would have got kicked out from under her.
They're starting to piss Jen off. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Yeah.
See, all right. Jen seemed like one of them people.
And Jen's strong.
I was gonna say snaps, very snapped. Like
Yeah.
once she snaps, it's a wrap.
She's like me, I think. It take a lot to get me there because y'all have never seen it. But when I get there, I don't want y'all to ever see me there.
I've seen it a little bit, and I just was like, okay, he look crazy.
No, you gotta see it for real. Ooh,
I
glory.
don't want to see it for real. If it's got to beat all that, I don't want to see it. Have you ever seen me crash out?
Not angry. I've seen you crash out frustrated or sad that but not like ballistic angry
Okay,
angry.
I don't want to kick a bitch ass like that,
Yeah.
right? Okay, good. Oh, excuse me, son. Down to the Don't Chase TV. I'm so
You
sorry.
should have apologized 15 minutes ago too if you're worried about that now, baby, because you said it earlier.
You'll see me crash out, G. Okay, anyway. Um, all right. So they did go ahead and pull up the podcast. He did not say that, but whatever. And there is so much good about what he did and did not say. And I'm just gonna be very honest with you. It sounds like because Tamra said the assistant told her that Ryan was doing a press tour for weeks, going around trashing her and Eddie on podcasts that she just did not listen to them.
But let me tell you what's really funny to me is yours. I never knew that man made a podcast. I didn't know talked on a podcast, went on a podcast. Like Tamara is really the one that brought these things to the show, you know, to air it and bring out all these stuff, to bring up all these things that man didn't even say, and now she's the one responsible for these rumors about her own family right now because she's the one who's saying them on camera. Eddie didn't say none of that. I mean, Ryan didn't say none of that stuff. Like she brought it to TV.
True that, true that, true that. Chase was still calm and collected when he locked himself out of his own home. On the inside, I was freaking out, but if I would have freaked out on the outside, it would have gotten nothing accomplished, and I probably would still be sitting outside my house today. And y'all still will be watching Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Or they'd still be waiting for the 11:30. It'd be 11:50, and you still be waiting for Orange County
Because
11:50
it's not going to
p.m.
happen. If you wait for 11:30 p.m. Orange County review, you might as well wait. Because that's not happening. We do it at 10, and we might end at 11:30, but we're not going to start it at 11 damn 30. I'll tell you that. All right. So as this is happening, Tamara brings up the fact that Ryan posted a Instagram photo from an article from nearly 20 years ago, of her son Ryan, sending a private picture to his ex-girlfriend that got leaked to blogs. Captioned "Worry about your own Ryan." Now Ryan, um,
I ride with you on everything else, but that
you on your own, Ryan. Because what? There's so much you can knock Ryan for unless he agrees with like the way he allegedly has treated women in the past, and his views in regards to his political stance and stuff like that. So unless he agrees with all that, and that's the worst that he could find, do you feel like he was talking about Tamara's child? He said he was talking about Tamara's parenting and not her child. But if you are a man who allegedly sleeps with married women, he himself has never sent a dingling picture. I'm
to
confused.
me, I'm gonna quote the famous Nene when she said, "So if you did your job as a parent and your child goes still, is that a reflection of you?" So whatever Ryan does, I don't think is there. I think it was a very poor taste. Ryan, the child Ryan, I mean Tamara's son should have posted Nene's video saying, "Now why am I in it? See how I get thrown in stuff? I ain't even did nothing." Because there was really nothing else that he could have even said, "Worry about your own. You have a son named Ryan. Worry about him." Like digging for that article and posting that, like you could have just said, "Worry about your own Ryan." He just, that would have been different. But posting that was late to me. And I want to be on Ryan's side in this, continue to be on Ryan's side in this, but that was a type of move that a real dude wouldn't have done. wouldn't
Real
have.
dudes. Now, Jen asked Eddie why he allows Tamara to act like this, and she's respected him for years. And I think that's a plausible. I think that's a great question. But as Dr. C. Who mentioned earlier, how well, I don't think it was Dr. C. Who. I believe it was somebody else. Whoever it was, I apologize. Well, Love said that she wouldn't want her man to correct her on camera, and so maybe that's what Eddie's got going on. Either way it goes, Tamara calls Ryan a little bitch for bringing up her child. And then Eddie goes ahead and says, "Hey, all right, you may want to calm down." The table is shocked that she used such profane language, and Ryan asks her, "Who uses this type of language at a dinner table?" Now we flash backwards to about 15 minutes before they got to the dinner table, where Ryan called Eddie a little bitch
It wasn't at a
himself.
table though.
It wasn't at a table, so I think that was where the nuance is, and that's what the Real Housewives of Orange County producers missed. Now, I can say it at the bar, but I would dare not say it at a dinner table amongst these fine people. Um, to round things up, Tamara asks, says, Ryan, you need to be worried about the FBI, and everybody's like, what the F is
Well, I don't
going
think
on
Tamara was
now?
wrong there, but
Huh?
I don't think Tamara something don't seem kosher to me. I don't know if that's it, but something don't seem right what Ryan does to me. I get real Louis, but I get it just Chris something don't seem right.
Well, it's so crazy because I did write that down and I skipped a whole portion of it to, skip the whole portion of it. But earlier in the show, Katie's husband did ask Ryan what he did, and he said that he was in real estate development, and
Bravo
then he
was so
started
messy the way
stuttering. And
he did that.
you know what it reminded me of? My favorite clip right now is, of course, the the Queen of Hollywood or whatever her name is. So the meatballs got burnt.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
It was like,
exactly what that
what?
is.
Cross addicted
So we
family.
moved over to
Yeah,
California,
my
and then we
mother's
went
like,
up and
and
down the
Margaret teasing her
street.
hair with the
That's
vodka.
they said that's how Trump was answering the debate, Kamala in the debate.
And the meatballs got burned. That's what anytime we've seen in Housewives history, someone hesitates to tell you what they do. It just historically has
It's not a
not
good
gone down
sign.
well for them.
It
Just
usually
saying.
foreshadows something.
Yeah, so and Jim was like, FBI, who is that? I've never heard of them before.
That
But
and when the way Jess said FBI reminded me when Nene said the AIDS.
she was like, what? No, not my man. What are you talking about? So Jen know what the hell going on is what it gave me.
Yeah.
She gave it up. Jen was like, no way.
And I will say, if I was Tamra and I was drunk as well, I wouldn't have appreciated Eddie hushing me up like that. Eddie could have said, you know what, we're done with this. Let's go, y'all. Like he could have made it seem like he has Tamra's back and we're done with this whole conversation. Let's go.
He should have got up from the table too.
Yeah, he was like, but he really was sick of her. I think he was
He was
rethinking
sick of
whole
her.
marriage at that table.
I really do feel like he would have served her when she was, especially when, like, if you go back and look at his face when she was like divulging the butt dial information, he was disgusted.
Also, if you don't get drunk on camera, why is Eddie telling you slow down on the drinks tonight? If you
Because you
don't
get
get
drunk on camera, he don't want you wet,
yeah.
embarrassing him as you did. Okay. Tamara says that there's some scuttlebutt going around town about Ryan allegedly illegal gambling in Vegas and his partner, and everyone is shot at the table. Tamara then gets up and storms off to the car. Ryan says that Tamara takes now, baby. When I tell you this now, a read. You ready? And I wrote it down verbatim. Ryan says that Tamara takes anyone who is happy and railroads them because she is miserable. Eddie is soft. He's unemployed, and when others are doing well and fall in love, excuse me, and have real love, that is being shown, she can't handle it because it's everything she doesn't have. Tamara then ends the episode saying that she knows Ryan has done some shady things in the past, and the whole group isn't ready for the real Ryan and what's about to be revealed.
And then she
Um,
stumbles on the ground from being drunk when she please don't leave that part out.
oh yes, oh my God, yes, and then she stopped. She's like, "Where's the car?"
She stumbles just from opening a door, but you're not drunk. Okay.
That's insane. Sometimes
Like
you gotta have the alcohol to get the job done. What did you think about Ryan's read, honey? Does that go out there with
I
Phaedra
think
in the
I
Rehearse
no
Read Hall
I
of Fame?
it didn't have that impact to me. Honestly, because it didn't come from a housewife. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But it was definitely all true. Tamara, anyone who's ever happy, Tamara finds a reason to dig at it. Katie's next. Her and Katie are gonna fall out soon.
Well, that's I just Katie is really taking a liking to her and vice versa. Um,
I think Katie's being cautious. Katie's like, I'd rather have her on my side than.
cheaper to keep her.
Hmm.
Speaking of cheaper to keeper, all hell is broken loose. The phone lines are open if you guys do decide to call, but we're wrapping up this show here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Over 50 of you guys here across
Oh,
all platforms on
I'm
the
glad y'all
Tuesday
was here instead
Impromptu.
of church.
Huh?
I'm glad they was here instead of church.
Are you at church watching this and I've been cussing? Oh, Lord Jesus.
Hmm.
Well, you know, certain churches. Is it a black church? Because y'all probably still are there. But if it's not a black church, y'all probably got in and out in 15 minutes. I heard black church is the only church that takes 4 hours. I didn't know that.
We just starting.
Right. As you
Serving
know,
just
I didn't know
started.
like other churches are like 15 minutes in and out. So I need to like look into converting that thing. I don't know. All right. While I'm going ahead and doing that, I just wanted to talk about the teas from this past weekend and then we're out. Let's see if I've done this right because I am learning. As you guys see, we got a fancy little background on the background going on today. So, you know, it's a work in progress here at No Chaser TV. Can you guys see what I'm about to do? It says stop sharing, but I don't see it sharing. All right. Danny, we got it going on this morning, don't we? Well, this
I
afternoon,
like
this
it. I
whatever it
like
is.
this.
Okay. I told you I've been putting in
Not
work.
not covering our face. You know, I like this.
I know. Oh. Okay, wait. Let me like the video. Thank you, my sweet baby. Like the video. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and see if we can get this down pat. So the Real Housewives of Orange County star Ryan Boyajian says he is suing Tamra Judge and served her with a lawsuit as Tamra issues apology after accusing him of stealing from MLB player. That will be Shohei Ohtani, allegedly, who is of the LA Dodgers. If you're a sports better like I am, we love Ohtani. Ohtani is going for his 55th home run today. And so hopefully Otani cash us out. Okay. Anyway, that was a little. I'm a dude, right? Because that's what's going on. All right. So during the most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Tamara claimed Ryan's home was raided by the FBI amid their investigation into the MLB scandal involving player Shohei Ohtani, who was 30, who was reportedly robbed of 16 million by his interpreter. This, of course, is being reported by the Reality Blurb, and this all went down after the episode when Tamara was on Watch What Happens Live and made some comments. And then during an appearance on Thursday night's episode of Watch What Happens Live, Tamara took things a step further when she alleged Ryan had stolen from a Dodgers player, most likely referring to Ohtani, who currently plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. By the way, she says, is that what? Okay, I hope I'm reading that right. Oh, wait. Okay, yes. By the way, BigTreat.com and Vina CBD, you know what, Ryan? We sell more in a month than what you stole from the Dodgers player,
Well,
Tamara
that's a
alleged
lot.
on Watch What Happens Live as she attempted to defend her her finances and businesses. Now, I was in the kitchen preparing a cocktail when that happened to get ready for that storm because I was like, I'm gonna go ahead on high note, okay? And when I heard that, I said, oh, that's not gonna end up well for her.
It's
I
not
knew it.
because first of all, the comment is if she's saying he allegedly stole 16 million, Tamara, you ain't making more than 16 million a month. That's the one. And Ryan did confirm. Ryan reposted or responded to someone saying that he's about him suing her.
Mhm.
So to me, Ryan is not going to go to the length of suing someone for defamation if any of that was true.
Absolutely. Now, trying to avoid it. Well, let me see, because I skipped through. I know that Tamara did release a video with Eddie immediately after recanting her statements. And so a fan asked her if she was trying to avoid a lawsuit. At that time, it was confirmed by Ryan himself that he did go ahead. This is the video right here. I wonder if it'll play. We ain't got time for that. Anyway, yes, so this is where all of that happened. And Ryan did then confirm to that particular commenter that he did have Tamara served yesterday, um,
The
hence the
sad thing is that
apology.
apology just proves his made his case for him.
So I wonder if he's going to go through it with it now that she's made an apology. She did go ahead and release a statement more so in detail
She needs
about
some
the
damn discipline.
So I was going to ask you, what are you feeling about that whole lawsuit and everything? Because people feel like, is this reality TV if you can't say hurtful, crazy, wild accusations and not be held accountable for them? It's pretty much the way reality TV works. So is reality TV going to work with every time someone says something that you don't like about them, you sue them or you serve them? Now, I don't know if this is his proof that he served her, but I hope that they got it on camera that she acknowledged that she received it, because I would step right over it and get in my car if
I
I
would
could barely
burn it.
open the door and keep it moving, because I wouldn't
I'd burn
acknowledge
it.
that.
Um, but I guess for me, that there is a fine line though. I think we see the housewives themselves don't sue each other, but we also have to remember Ryan did not sign a contract to be on this show. Ryan is not bound by any. You know what I'm saying about the
Yeah.
Ryan's not being able. Ryan is not bound by that. So yeah, leave me out of it. I think he. Here's the thing: money is the only way Tamara's going to learn discipline. If they let her get away with this, sorry now, she's just going to do it again in 2 weeks.
And you know what is even crazier? Ryan has hired the attorney that was secured by Jim
Yeah.
Bellino to sue Tamra and Shannon years ago. And
That was kind of
Tamra
I
ended up
lived for
settling that
that.
lawsuit.
I kind of lived for that.
I mean, I live for it too. It's messy. And
But
that's
yeah, I
why I
don't like.
said we got somebody who can play on Tamara's level, because that's something Tamara would have done.
Hmm. So yeah, I'm here for. I do agree with people the comments people saying about the lawsuits and stuff from time to time, but they don't really happen all that often. Like we say. I mean, this is season 18. You know, and sometimes Shannon, Tamara got the right one this time.
Tamara got the right one. That's Tamara got the right one. I wish it was a housewife that could just read her and get her
Here's the
together.
thing: the last person that sued her was a housewife's husband. She should have learned then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, you guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode here on a Sunday, very special. We'll be back on Thursday at the 10:05. For that, we will also be doing the Real Housewives of Potomac over here on No Chaser TV, because Tori B will not allow me not to do so. So there you have it. Uh,
Listen, Tori B says we're gonna talk about our women's.
I'm like, what? Can I just get a break? But no. So we'll be doing that. We'll still be doing Salt Lake City, and episode 2 will be out soon. The Real Housewives of Orange County, of course. And then we'll see for anything else. I do have a special treat for you guys, and I guess I don't want to announce it, because then if I announce it, I mean I gotta do it, huh?
Yeah, you should have held off and can see how you feel. Maybe announce it the morning of. So subscribe if you want to see what the announcement is.
Yes, but it's another popular show, and we're in negotiations to review it. And I think you guys will be happy with what that show is. With that being said, Danny, thank you so much for joining us here on No Chaser TV. I truly appreciate it. Before you go, Danny, I want you to tell me your thoughts overall, what you feel of the season so far, and what you thought of this last episode. Just sum it up.
I think this season, like we started off the review by saying, I a show 18 years in, 18 seasons in, could get really stale. But I feel like, and it did get a little blah the past couple of seasons before this. So
Yeah.
I feel like they showed how you can still be entertaining, still have some of the same cast, not having to recast the whole thing. I feel like they found a formula that works for this cast to still stay relevant, current. It feels refreshing this season. Um, and yeah, this episode was good. Was it? I would have loved to have seen Shannon more of it, because that's who I really watched the show for. Um, but it was also understandable her not being in it too much with everything that she had going on. I understand why she wasn't there. Like them ladies sort of attacked her instantly right away
I
about what she
mean,
was going through.
what a masterclass by Shannon, by the way. Tamara thought that she was going to come in and make everybody hate her, and everybody hates Tamara. So, what a way to play it this season. She didn't fold into a lot of Tamara's tropes. She didn't give Tamara what she wanted. She didn't give Alexis what she wanted. She got in Alexis' face and let her know, baby, I'm never going to have anything to say to you ever. So deal with it.
And that angers Alexis because that was her storyline, the whole reason for coming. Her first scene, second word in her scene was Shannon.
What Shannon told her episode 1, it's not about a man. I don't deal with you. Move on. I would have found somebody else to fight with immediately.
Alexis wanted her to want it to be about John.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't all that cute, but
Go ahead and watch Salt Lake City, Tia Lanise. And while you're doing that, Tia Lanise, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay. With that being said, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Danny, again for joining. And we will see you guys soon. Thank you. Make sure I did this right.